It was February 18th, 2017, when we first heard those three words that have since become so closely associated with the Delphi murders investigation: down the hill. Audio captured on Libby German's phone the day she and Abby Williams were murdered. Police believe it was the voice of their killer. We had never seen the full 43-second video until today. Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock. Jurors and people inside the courtroom seeing that footage for the first time as the trial of Richard Allen unfolds in Carroll County. Tonight, we want to take a closer look at the new evidence and new testimony about the man prosecutors have called the bridge guy. Jurors saw the entire recording today and then heard investigators talk about how they analyzed that crucial video and audio. This fuzzy moment of video circulated for years as investigators searched for a suspect, a man known as Bridge Guy, a man prosecutors now say is the accused, Richard Allen. Testimony revealed the recording was taken at 2:13 the afternoon the girls went for a walk. For some of it, the camera is pointed down, showing the Monon High Bridge. Our reporter in the courtroom, Bob Siegel, said he could hear a girl's voice saying there's no path at one point. He learned that voice is Libby's. An investigator said his examination detected a male voice saying down the hill. A state police forensic examiner explained how he enhanced the video, adjusting color, size, angle, and more to create a usable image for investigators. In fact, one of the women who was on the trail that day told jurors, "I immediately knew when I saw that photo, that was the man I saw on the bridge." She and two other women who say they saw Bridge Guy on the trails just before the murders testified Tuesday afternoon. All of them described Bridge Guy in much the same way: larger or taller, in his 20s or 30s, muscular, with a boyish or youthful appearance. And some said he had brown, poofy hair. But those descriptions do not match Richard Allen's, who is not tall or muscular and was in his mid-40s at the time of the murders. Also today, jurors saw 49 pieces of evidence investigators collected in the woods near the girls' bodies and during the autopsies. That included clothes and shoes, swabs of blood, Libby's cell phone, the bullet cartridge, fibers collected from girls' fingernails. This Delphi case also took our team covering it to Fort Wayne today. That's where our Emily Longnecker combed through thousands of pages of exhibits from both the prosecution and the defense, all from pretrial hearings back in July and August. One of the most notable exhibits was a letter reportedly from Richard Allen to the Indiana Department of Correction warden. It's dated March 5th, 2023, and requests an interview with the warden. The state says Allen wrote, "I am ready to officially confess for killing Abby and Libby. I hope I get the opportunity to tell the families I'm sorry." Allen's defense team has pushed back on the alleged confessions Allen made while behind bars. His attorneys claim he made them under mental duress. Back in August, Judge Gull ruled the jury will be able to hear those confessions in court. And be sure to watch our Delphi Debrief show. It's over on WTHR+. This is an in-depth look at the trial every day. Bob Siegel, Emily Longnecker, and our legal analysts break down the major developments from the courtroom weeknights at 10 o'clock. You can stream that show on demand on WTHR+ right now. That's our free streaming app. You can get it on Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and Roku. Angela?
Scott, a mild start to our Wednesday. A few clouds around early. Sunrise is at 8:03, and the weather will be quiet as you head out the door to work and school, with morning temperatures in the middle and upper 50s. We do have a 70-degree day on tap for tomorrow, but that'll be down 5 to 10 degrees from the last couple of days. So a milder start, but not quite as warm to finish tomorrow afternoon, again with a mix of sun and clouds. Passage of a cold front will start to cool us down tomorrow. We really feel it on Thursday. Another cold front later Friday will cool us down for the upcoming weekend. Friday is also our next chance of rain. A look ahead in a few minutes.
All right, Angela, we'll see you in a little bit. New tonight at 11, a deadly apartment fire in Greenwood. All of this unfolding around 5 o'clock at Cambridge Square Apartments. This is near County Line Road and Madison Avenue. So when firefighters got there, they found a person in one of the apartments. The victim was taken to a hospital here in Indy where they died. Right now, Greenwood authorities and the state fire marshal's office are investigating what caused that fire.
I'm glad that he's in custody. And I hope he doesn't drag us through a bunch of stuff because he knows what he did.
Right now, the driver accused of hitting and killing a 14-year-old boy, then leaving the scene, is in jail. That's 35-year-old Joshua Rain, who just made his first appearance before a judge. 13 News had the only camera in court today. Police tell us that Rain hit 14-year-old Willie Rivera on the far east side of Indianapolis nearly 2 weeks ago. Rivera was riding his bike at the time. Police say Rain told investigators he thought he hit a deer. Officers say they found some pieces of his car at the scene, and they also got video from a neighbor. Now, at the time of the crash, Rain was on probation for other charges. So we asked his attorney about the allegations.
No, we don't have a comment. No, he has an attorney. We have no comment. Thank you.
If it wasn't for the warrant issue and him already being in trouble for a previous case, I don't think he'd have been here. If it wasn't for the fact that his license plate fell out on the ground, I don't think we'd be here. I don't think he would have told.
That was Willie's aunt. She told us they knew the suspect. Rain tonight is charged with one count of leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death. So we just checked the online court records tonight, and we learned that the jury trial is now scheduled to begin in December. This is the second person to have turned themselves in for allegedly killing someone in a hit and run just this week. Our Chase Howell talked with IMPD tonight about how many of these 25 deadly hit and runs they've solved this year.
IMPD says 16 out of the 25 deadly hit and runs have been solved or have been closed with an arrest. And while I don't want to take away from the progress police have made, there are other cases with survivors who want to see the person who hit them held responsible. Security video from a home on North High School Road shows the exact moment Dustin Dove's life changed. Circled is the car flying down the street and hitting Dove before driving off.
Maybe they were scared about having something in their vehicle they shouldn't have had or something like that at the time, but go fix it afterwards, you know?
Dove and I first spoke 2 days after he was hit from his hospital bed in August. It was then we learned one of his legs would need to be amputated.
I went from working 40 hours a week to not working and just trying to piece my life together.
After nearly a month at the VA hospital, the Army veteran got to go home, but not to how he left it the night the crash happened. The bedroom he now sits in used to be the living room of his 2-story apartment.
Most of the time it's sliding around in a wheelchair, and you got one-way traffic through certain areas and just a couple of places to U-turn. It's not like having your legs.
Though it's not being in a wheelchair or where he sleeps at night that bugs him. Dove says it's the fact that he can't play outside like he used to with his 7-year-old daughter.
Every time we went out and walked the dogs, I had her on my shoulders. She loved it, and I think that was one of the first things that she asked about after my leg was gone, was whether or not riding on my shoulders was over.
In Dove's hands, the glasses he was wearing the night he was hit. He says they serve as a reminder of what happened. But as he looks at himself in the mirror, little hearts taped onto it serve as his biggest reminder that he's loved. Dove says he should be in a prosthetic within the next 6 months. Now, as for the person who hit him, police say they're still looking for that driver. Reporting here in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.